Hello again, students. This is Miss Goins. I wanted to give you just a little bit of a wrap-up for this lesson. The video that you just watched talks about the Big 6 and the research process. And it brings together these 6 stages, these 6 tasks or skills that are used to successfully conduct research. Included in this lesson, or with this lesson, is a handout that has all of the main takeaway from this research process and this lesson. Task or skill 1 is task definition. Super important. You want to define exactly what it is that you're looking for. This is looking at your writing prompts or your research question. Whatever it is that your teacher is having you do, this is that. Making sure that you understand exactly what information you need. Strategy 2 or task 2 is information seeking strategies. You're deciding what are going to be good sources, what sources do you want to use? Do you want to use print or electronic? And what's going to work best for this particular research topic? Task or stage 3 is your location and access. You're actually going to look for the sources. You can find them online or physical copies, but you want to find the information that you're going to use for your project. And then stage 4 is to actually use that information. You're going to read it or hear it or view it if it's a video, and you're going to engage with it. Maybe even take some notes. You're going to extract what's important. You're going to take it apart, decide what is going to be good for your research. And then you're going to go to step 5, which is synthesis. You're going to organize all of your information together, whether that be through using some sort of graphic organizer or something like that. And then you're actually going to put your presentation together. And then 6 is just evaluating, making sure that you have actually done what needs to be done, asking that question and answering it, the research question. And then you're actually going to, a lot of times, compare it to a rubric or something like that maybe your teachers provided you with, or maybe even a checklist that you've come up with by yourself. And that's kind of the major points that you need to know from the Big 6 research process. Also included on your handout is a list of resources. It's very important to make sure that you know exactly what you're doing and to get you off to a good start. I've provided a couple of resources that can really help you out in organizing your information when you're researching. So these resources are like the topic triangle, which is just really good instructions for narrowing or broadening a topic, depending on if you're actually coming up with your questions. Sometimes your teacher is going to say, I want you to give me a presentation, and you're going to have to come up with your own ideas about that presentation or about that research. There's a web page evaluation site. It actually helps you determine if a web page is going to be valuable, if it's going to actually give you good research, good topics, and actually give you sources that are going to be valuable to you rather than just giving you some information that might not be so helpful. It actually even includes a downloadable format, so that's really helpful. There's eLibrary K through 12, which is an online database for when you're looking through and working on locating that research, those sources that you've been working to find. This is a great database. It's run by ProQuest. However, there is a subscription required, but thankfully our library does subscribe to ProQuest. So if you need that information, really all you need to do is come by the library and we can get you set up with that. We also have included on the resources the Landmark Citation Machine, which is a citation creator for when you get to the point where you're using that information. If you're using a source, you want to make sure that you cite it correctly. And using a citation machine is a way to get you off to a great start for that. So having that citation machine handy is going to help you out a lot. There's also a great website that gives you some ideas for what your products could be for your final product, for your final project. If you're asked to come up with a project and you don't have any really specific things that you need to do other than find your research, your teacher hasn't told you how she wants that presented, you're going to have to come up with your own final product. And using a site like this to give you some ideas as to how you want to present that organization, present those resources and the research that you did is really important. Also included is a project checklist that you can actually customize your own checklist for this project-based learning, which is what we're doing, this research process. You can input the rubric that your teacher has most likely provided you, or you can actually create a checklist using maybe the directions that they've given. So you can go through and make sure that your project really aligns with what is being asked of you. So that's really helpful. This handout is a great resource, so it's something it's been put into Google Docs, so if you would like to save a copy of it for your own personal use or print it off, that would be an excellent idea, and it's actually part of your directions for this lesson. Included also are the references from where I got my information for this handout. There's the Big 6 Skills Overview page, and then the resources are included on another blog that really just, if you feel like you want to have a little bit more information about these things, more than I've given you, these websites are where I got my information from, and so they will help you out tremendously if you want to just go a little bit deeper with this information. Well, thank you so much for listening to this lesson, and I hope that you've learned a lot about the Big 6 research process. And I hope that this helps your research go more smoothly as you go ahead and work on those tasks that your teachers have given you, and just go through the rest of your researching career. This is something that's going to be used throughout the rest of your career as a student, not only as a high school student, but even college. So this is something that's really important. And having a resource like the Big 6 to help you really structure and organize this research is just incredibly helpful. And I think should make your research much smoother.